Tensions in the Far East are ratcheting up after North Korea launched another volley of missiles. The latest test included an intercontinental ballistic missile which sparked an alert in Japan before landing in the sea. On Wednesday, both Koreas fired missiles near each other's waters. The exchange saw the most number of missiles launched by the North in a single day. Our chief correspondent, John Cookson, reports.
The latest ballistic missile volley from North Korea included one long-range rocket that could be mounted with a nuclear warhead and capable of reaching US territory. It's not the first time a similar missile launch raised tensions in the region a month ago. The long-range rocket appeared to have failed in mid-flight and fell into the sea, according to the South Koreans. But it triggered alarm sirens in North Japan, warning families to take shelter or stay indoors. The Japanese Prime Minister Kishida spoke of his anger at North Korea. "I believe this is an outrageous act," he said. "It can't be tolerated. I've already ordered the government to see if there's any infrastructure damage." Yesterday, South Korean fighter jets launched 3 air-to-surface precision-guided missiles near its eastern sea border with its belligerent neighbour, a show of determination to get tough on North Korean provocations. Meanwhile, some experts believe North Korea is moving towards a nuclear test.
We have seen this before in the past months. North Korea was testing its short-range ballistic missiles, and it has graduated to much larger and powerful systems. So if you extrapolate this dynamic, then it's only natural to anticipate that North Korea is going to climax this cycle with a nuclear test.
North Korea's multiple launches come as the US and South Korea are staging their largest ever joint air drills, which Pyongyang has strongly criticized as aggressive and provocative. John Cookson, Arise News.
And John Cookson joins us now from London, where he's monitoring developments. John, thanks for joining us on Newsday. Can you update us on how serious tensions are in the Far East right now?
Hi, lady. It's great to be on Newsday. Well, tensions are, as you can imagine, sky high at the moment. North Korea has fired 60 missiles this year so far, 23 of them on Wednesday, and at least 3 today, maybe as many as 17. And when you have a nation like North Korea, often dubbed the Hermit Kingdom, and a leader like Kim Jong-un in charge, then it has to be taken seriously. The US has announced that it's going to extend those war games with South Korea indefinitely now, which is a major move for the US. And also the White House and the State Department have already, in the last few minutes, condemned these launches by North Korea. The missile, the ICBM, the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile that fell in the sea off Japan, traveled about 700 kilometers. It went 2,000 kilometers into space. In fact, the North Koreans have fired one higher than that, but this one went to 2,000 kilometers, and it failed. And that's significant because it means the North Koreans are going to test again for sure. All of this, of course, strikes terror into the hearts of the South Korean people and also the Japanese, and draws US attention, of course. Japan and North Korea, America's 2 main allies in the region. So not a great state to be in at the moment. And frankly, the world's waiting for Kim Jong-un's next move, which may be another firing of missiles in the coming weeks and days, perhaps.
And why is the North Korean leader testing missiles at this particular time?
Good question. Well, look, one of the missiles today failed, so clearly they haven't got the mechanics right of it so far. So what he's doing is testing these missiles, as any nation that has them always does, and they've got to get it right. That's why I say that this won't be a one-off. I'm sure we'll see more tests in the coming, well, we don't know when, with this guy Kim Jong-un. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month, but for sure there will be more tests. The other reason is that he wants to attract Washington's attention with only a few days to go to the midterm elections there. North Korea, not an issue for the American people, who are more concerned with the economy, abortion, and immigration as election issues in the midterms. But it certainly attracts Washington's attention. And as I said, America has already extended its war games with South Korea. So for those two main reasons, that's why he's carrying out these tests at the moment.
So what nuclear capability does North Korea have?
Well, in theory, none at all. His first nuclear test was back in 2006, and he fired off a massive nuclear bomb in a nuclear bunker deep beneath the earth in North Korea. It was 100 times bigger than the bomb that America dropped on Hiroshima. And there have been 5 nuclear bomb tests by North Korea since then. But he agreed, in theory, to dismantle the nuclear program and also the nuclear enrichment program with Donald Trump, in fact, back in 2017. But it's assumed by experts and people monitoring the region from satellites that this enrichment at least has restarted again, and some of the sites that were shut down for testing nuclear bombs, it looks as if he might be resurrecting them in secret. There are strict UN sanctions against North Korea against this, but he takes no notice of that.
Wow. And what will Kim Jong-un's next move be?
As far as nuclear weapons are concerned, the consensus seems to be that he is working towards testing a nuclear weapon again, but not a big one. Maybe one of the tactical nuclear weapons that we know that Russia has. This will spark more sanctions from the US and the United Nations. But frankly, North Korea can't be more sanctioned than it already is, and it has been for years, and it's survived mostly because of the secret help from parties like Russia and China and other allies that it has, like Iran. So even though sanctions can be imposed, as far as the leadership is concerned of North Korea, who don't really suffer as a result of sanctions, they don't mind that, because there's only limited sanctions now that the West can impose on North Korea if it breaches the undertakings that it gave to the United Nations.
Arise Chief Correspondent John Cookson, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.